Oh, hello. Sorry, I was talking to my camera. That is sweet though. It is Easter weekend for the people here in Romania, so everything is closed, I think. We should go check. We're gonna leave the tourist area. There's a much bigger town called Brasov further up ahead. It looks like gas stations are still open. That's cool. Thank you so much. Goodbye. $5. Fucking come on. We got 2 sandwiches. This was surprisingly cheap. $5 for 2 sandwiches?
With a colon? You know it, a very catchy colon. Well, I don't know what that means. Anyway, Tristan.
Holy fuck, that was good. God, that was fucking great.
In 140 feet at the intersection, take a sharp left onto Strada Cavalry.
There are so many cars leaving this area. We still are stuck in this area for a couple of days, but that doesn't mean that we can't go see the scenery. What I'm looking for right now is just a place to set up camp, somewhere far enough outside of the city that nobody's going to cause problems. Oh, check this out. The brake squealing seems to have stopped. Like, it's not squealing anymore. That's cool. I don't know why, but that's cool. Yeah, I'm definitely holding on the brakes right now while I go downhill. God damn it. Okay, the front brakes still squeak. I was trying to fucking film the front brakes squeaking, but you should not use the front brakes while you're going downhill on gravel. Never mind, the back brakes are squeaking again.
This intersection goes straight onto street.
I am straight up not having a good time. Okay, I'm gonna leave the bike here. I'm just gonna go explore and see if there's a place that I can camp. Because I don't want to have to take the bike back all the way up this hill if there's not. Dude, there are houses fucking everywhere back here. I feel like this entire area is just populated. I don't have a problem sleeping on private property. I just need to do it in a place where nobody will find me. And I won't go into a place that has a fence. Like, there's a whole bunch of land back here, but there's a fence, so we're not going to go in that. I hear more dogs barking. I am very glad I didn't try and bring the bike down through here. And that is the end of the trail. It's just fenced off with string, but that is enough to signal no trespassing. This area is way more populated than I thought it would be. Fuck this, I'm going back down the hill. You know, it's kind of interesting. In America, you've basically got one farmer who owns miles and miles and miles of farmland. But here, it seems like each individual plot is owned by a different person. And they've all got houses and dogs on their land. I rode up this hill for fucking nothing. That whole thing was a massive mistake. I'm in a bad mood. Here we go. This is looking a little bit more promising. Yes, this is what I wanted. All we gotta do is cross this little creek thing. Here we go. This looks like a spot. It might look like it on camera, but this ground is not really flat. It's really lumpy. We've just got to prepare the site to make sure that the bottom of the tent doesn't get punctured. Okay, so it looks like these big mounds of dirt are actually ant mounds because I see a bunch of ants crawling on them. Are all of them like that? I'm a little bit worried now. Yeah, like the ground is really soft on all of these mounds. I need to know if ants are in them or if it's just the way the dirt is. I don't know why it's so soft. Maybe it's just dirt. Maybe just dirt is soft. Who knows? I don't know what the forecast is.
Tonight in Brand, there's a moderate chance of rain from around 4 a.m. until tomorrow around 6 a.m.
So we'll get 2 hours of rain tonight. Good to know. A lot of people have been wondering why I haven't been camping more. Like, obviously I have a tent, and they're curious why I haven't been using it. There's 2 reasons for that. The first reason just comes down to charging. Romania and Bulgaria are pretty similar in the fact that cafes don't like having public outlets. If I want to camp at night, I need to be sure that I can charge my bike in the morning. If we do camp for the night and then we can't charge the bike, the entire day is wasted because we need to spend the entire day just using the solar panel. So that means that's an entire day that we're not riding. But the second reason is that just places here are so cheap. In Romania, Bulgaria, places like that, we can get a hostel right now for $11 a night. So that means for $11, I get Wi-Fi to upload these videos, I get electricity to charge the bike, I get a shower, and I get a bed. For $11. That's a crazy good deal. Now, of course, that is not going to be true after we're done with Ukraine. I told people on Instagram that I'm looking forward to trying to ride to England. We're gonna go from Kiev all the way to the UK. And obviously hostels in those areas are much more expensive. They're like $60 or $70 a night. We're gonna be camping in those areas a lot more frequently. Like, I remember the last time I was in Austria, the cheapest hostel I could find was $63 a night. We're gonna be camping when we're in Austria. I see somebody driving a white truck over there. I think I might be too close to the road. The only complaint I have about my tent is that it's orange instead of green. If it was green like that, it would blend in much nicer with the green surroundings. But here, my tent will stick out like a sore thumb. Long story short, we're not using it when we're in cheap countries, but we will use it a lot when we're in expensive countries. You know, maybe it's supposed to be bright and luminescent. Maybe that's like a feature so you can see it at night. But regretfully, I want the exact opposite. I want it to be hidden at night. It's basically a kite flowing in the wind. There we go. I want my tent facing that way so I can see the mountains. I am a little bit worried that the underside of my tent is going to get damaged without a tarp underneath it, but I can't do anything about that now. And look at this, the Rainfly has these little belt buckle clips, so I don't need to stake it into the ground, I can just clip it in. Really easy to set up and tear down. I believe this right here is for ventilation, and there's a second one on the other side. You can see that it holds it open, so there's air that's able to come in and out. God, I really love this tent. Yeah. Look at this thing, this tent is fucking great. So, I have some Honey Nut Cheerios. I'm not sure if they have sugar on them or not. I have some bread. I have some bananas. And I have a Pepsi Max Zero. That's what I have in terms of food. Now, for one of the most important things when you're sleeping in a tent, the fan. It gets crazy hot inside of a tent. I'm gonna finish watching The Queen's Gambit.
Can't finesse everything all the time.
So I'm doing the math in my head. This whole camping setup with the pump and the bed and the tent probably cost me somewhere in the neighborhood of $150. Let's say that I could spend $20 on a hotel room. I would need to spend about 7 nights sleeping in this tent for it to pay itself off. After 7 camping sessions, all of this stuff is free. I gotta be careful with this bread because I can't reseal it. And this is the kind of thing that will cause bugs to want to get inside my tent. So I need to open it very carefully. I don't have a knife, so I think I basically just gotta rip like a chunk off and just eat it in chunks.
Thank you. You know, you could come along to the folklore club. I understand the costumes alone are worth mission. Such a beautiful day.
Okay, so I just got the notification. You know how we were waiting here for that package to get delivered until Tuesday? Apparently they delivered it early and it's there now. Oh, they'll hold it for 48 hours to where we don't technically need to move up the camp, but that means that we can go pick up the package and start going again. This is so much fun. I keep seeing little like spiders or ants crawl up on the side, but I love that they're on the outside and not the inside. So you guys remember how I said that we want to find a place where we wouldn't be found? Well, there's dogs and like a person coming, so I think that our time here is probably expired. God, why is it so hard to find a place that nobody lives? Yeah, she's coming over. She looks super old. I'm just gonna start packing up. I don't know English, or I don't know Romanian well enough to be able to like discuss whether or not I'm allowed to stay here. I'm technically not on her property, I don't think, based on the boundary of the fence. The dogs are staying on that side of it though, so that's cool. Yeah, so, and since I don't know how to ask for permission, I might as well just assume that I'm not welcome. This is another reason why camping is rough. Getting kicked out fucking sucks. Oh, there's multiple pups. Okay, maybe he doesn't want me to leave, I don't know. Hi, pup.
Ăla mic, ăla, e mama lor.
Mama lor?
Mama lor.
Mama lor.
E mică, e mama lor. Asta la tot.
They're super pretty.
E mama lor.
Mama lor.
Neguța Mihai. Asta e cel mai bun prieten. Asta nu e al meu, asta nu e al meu.
I never had any problems like this in any of the other countries I visited. I think wild camping is just not a thing in this country. Well, I guess it's technically not wild camping if farm owners are coming out clearing the place. It's those fucking dogs, they can always smell you. They always know where you're at. So now I'm just gonna go book a place. He wasn't like rude or aggressive or anything. He didn't do anything that made me think that he was like angry with me. He came over, he just started like watching me, told me the names of all of the dogs. But because there was a language barrier, I couldn't tell if he was like slowly trying to nudge me out. Just the language barrier means that I need to assume that he wants me to leave, just because he can't tell me that himself. Maybe he wanted me to leave, maybe he was fine with me staying, but because I couldn't tell, I'm gonna err on the side of being respectful and leave. Whatever, it's not a big deal. Welcome to Brasov, everybody. Holy shit, they have a Lidl. I haven't been to a Lidl in months. Interestingly, all of their buses are apparently 100% electric. That's kind of cool. I think this might be the biggest Romanian city we've been to so far. I'm trying to find our hostel. Google Maps says it should be right here. I just can't seem to find it. I think that's it right there. There's no sign. There's nothing that says it's the hostel. But I watched that guy punch in a door code, and I know that they have a door code for me. So I think that might be it, even though there is literally no fucking sign. That is how big the sign is. Zozo House. Yes, there we go. Let's just get the bike in here. We're just gonna leave the bike here. Apparently this hostel doesn't have any like permanent reception. They just give you the information and you just go to the spot. This place costs $21, but it comes with free breakfast. And it looks like this one here is for us. There is a washing machine, there's a stove, there's an oven. This is $21 we would not have needed to spend if dogs could not smell as well. I love how bright these are. Let's turn you off. Change batteries in the GoPro. Okay. The locker box that has our charger is like 30 minutes in that direction by foot. I'm not sure if I want to get that today or tomorrow. Oh, look at that. There's food right next to the hostel. Sandwich La Juma da Kill. And it looks like they've got burritos. Can I get that sandwich pulled pork?
Yes, one.
Yes, one.
Okay.
Thank you. This was $7. I don't actually know what it is. I just could read pulled pork on the menu. That was like in English. Let's investigate. It is wrapped like a burrito. Okay, it is not a burrito. It's half of a sandwich. You can see it's got like a... That's really good though, holy shit. This is a very well spent $7. It's loaded with meat. Wait a minute, $7? Can't you get like a full Domino's pizza for $7? And like a Little Caesars pizza for $5? Maybe that was more expensive than I thought it was. But then again, a Subway sandwich is like $12, so. You know what, this city is really pretty. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.